In 1970, I spent 2 weeks in France on vacation in the wine country, in Burgundy and Bordeaux.
He was very inspired to make Sauvignon Blanc in the style of Puy-Fumé or Sancerre and the Loire Valley.
There was an article in the Wall Street Journal talking about California grape growing and winemaking and what a great future it had to make world-class wines.
They loaded us up into we had an old mint green station wagon, one of those big old giant station wagons, and we drove across the country.
Looking for property and talking with people, and it became fairly obvious that northern Sonoma County, Dry Creek, Alexander Valley, and Rush River Valley had a history of grape growing and winemaking for over 120 years.
I think it was in 1972. I talked to Dave Stare about, he came to me and wanted to buy some Sauvignon Blanc.
The one thing was that he was absolutely certain that this is a great region for Sauvignon Blanc, and I had not even thought of that.
He was looked upon as, frankly, kind of a crazy guy. The farmers in the region, who were the prune orchard farmers and the people that were farming apricots and hops, thought he had a very bad idea.
But it was damn lucky that he did, because it really, Napa had already set the stage for Cabernet. Zinfandel was here, but it was more like an Italian old red wine, it's farmer's blend. And so Sauvignon Blanc gave credibility to an international awareness of this little 12-mile-long valley that we call home.
And I remember the first wine I tasted from the winery was the Fumé Blanc. And it was actually the first Sauvignon Blanc I ever liked. It was undeniably Sauvignon Blanc in terms of the citrus and the herbal character, but at the same time, it was just like such a wonderful acid and fruit balance that I've come to learn. And for lack of a better way to put it, it was just delicious.
I'm really pleased whenever a winery goes to the second generation and doesn't go under corporate culture, because invariably what happens is that the second generation does make a stronger commitment.
And I think Kim and Don are carrying that tradition. They're keeping it quality.
Kim and Don have done just a wonderful job of maintaining the balance and the structure and the family feel to this property. It's not just the property, but it's also homage to what has gone before, and what has really has made for great wine in the past is also leading to greater wines in the future.
Quality is what has been driving this company for the last 10 years, and that is definitely the vision of the second generation.
It's always been one of the top small quality wineries, and it still is.
We chose to go back to the roots of the winery's founding and focus quite exclusively on the Dry Creek Valley.
I think there's enough people that see the authenticity and that there is a future for wineries like Dry Creek. It's always going to be more difficult, but there will always be people that appreciate that more artisan approach to life.
As a place and as a family who's owned a winery there for 40 years and has been there and seen the ups and downs in the business over the last decades, and just being so consistent and turning out such really, really high quality wines. And that to me is one of the great stories of Dry Creek.